Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show, talking with former NBA star, Wright, Jersey kid. So, Luke, you have a book out called A Perfect Fit.
Yes, sir.
So tell us about this now.
A Perfect Fit is a memoir. It's my story.
Right.
And, you know, for years after I stopped playing basketball, at my local paper, which is the New Jersey Star-Ledger.
Star-Ledger. Yeah.
They would do
I've been in there for both good and bad things several
right.
times.
So they would do stories like every 4 years, kind of like a Where Is He Now?
Right.
And Simon & Schuster Books reached out to me.
Great.
And thought it would be a good idea to finally put my story into a book.
Now, the crack thing, you said you started, the first time you ever smoked crack was after the NBA?
Yes.
So
yes.
how old are you when that starts?
Maybe 25.
Why
26.
do you think that happened at that late age? It's just like...
Well, I mean, I took my first line of cocaine in college.
Right.
So,
So you managed to stay clean throughout the teenage years and everything? And
yeah, well, I dipped and dabbed a little bit, drinking 40s,
right, yeah.
smoking.
Well, I mean, all right, drinking some weed, whatever.
Yeah.
But the hard drug started in college.
Yeah, my freshman year, because I didn't play. I was a Prop 40.
Because marijuana is not a drug.
I remember that.
It's a
well, it's a plant. It
Yeah.
is. Now they have synthetic marijuana. Yeah, that's
whack.
why people are eating people's faces. Demi Moore thinks she's not hot on that stuff. That's how bad it is.
They have meat. They have meatless meat now, too.
Yeah, meatless meat. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all.
So what's the book going to do? What do you think it's going to do?
Well,
I don't mean money-wise.
No,
what do you think it's going to do for what?
I hope it will give me a platform to just go and share my story with people that use and abuse drugs and really don't know how to stop. Because that was my problem.
It's very difficult.
I didn't know how to stop.
Yeah.
Until I took it serious. I mean, I've been around. I got introduced to the recovery program years ago, and I never took it serious.
Me too. Now, it took me a long time.
Never took it serious.
Now, the first time I went to an AA meeting, I was 27 years old in Los Angeles, and it took me to I was 42. But you, did you go to rehab for a long time?
I was in and out of rehab. I was in and out of mental hospitals.
Yeah,
but it wasn't until I got, they say you get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right.
It wasn't until I felt like if I don't get clean, I'm going to die.
Right.
And
but see, the problem is, by the time I realized that, part of me was like, "What if I die? Who cares? Because it's a living hell." So at least you held on to that wanting to live thing. It was still strong enough to where I know life could be okay if I could just get rid of it.
I just felt like my legacy shouldn't be he died with a stem in his mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be horrible.
Or he just OD'd on something.
Yeah.
I didn't want that to be my legacy. I want my legacy to be, well, he was like that. Changed his life around, and he gave back. I mean, John can relate to this. They always say we don't give back,
right?
And we always giving back, whether it's talking to one kid
You're
or
talking
talking
about
to a group
pro
of
athletes,
kids.
and that pressure thing. Yeah,
We don't give enough for them.
Yeah, for them.
It's a trip, because when you go pro...
Do you feel a lot of pressure like that?
I gave it up.
Certain groups that just hit you up, and they're like, no, you got to do this, you got to do more. And...
Well, the deal is, they come to me, I remember this guy saw me, and I was rushing to go somewhere. He said, "Hey, man, hold on a second, I want to talk to you." I said, "Hey, man, I can't, I'm in a rush." He said, "Man, you can't talk to me, I'm a fan." And I stopped, and I said... "Hey, my man, I'm not supposed to have a life because your ass didn't want to talk to me?" And he was like, "Oh, I didn't think about it that way." I said, "I got something to do, respect what I got to do, and keep going." A lot of people, too. I used to do this thing called John Sally Day in my project. My brothers named it.
Where you grew up.
Yeah.
Right.
And from Brooklyn, right?
Right, from Brooklyn. And the other project kept beating us. That means they kept getting a big trophy. And I'm buying hot dogs, and I'm feeding the other project, I kept feeling like. And people, one day, this lady came out 6 hours after we'd been there, and she goes, "You ran out of food? What are you doing running out of food?" And I thought about it. I was like, she didn't pay for the food. So I just stopped doing the day.
Of course not.
Because that was the mentality, like, I supposed to give it. You make them as one. You got it, man. Give it to me. No, I got it because I worked for it.
And the biggest scam is charity, man. Like the biggest group of con artists are just charity people.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, So did you ever get ripped off by that? Did you ever get like you get involved with a charity and you realize? Because I've done stand up for things that are supposed to be charity events, and I get there and I realize it's just like 5 con artists who hired me to come to the city. And
especially to get your act at a charity event.
No, I know. And I'm sitting there going, I'm doing 45 minutes at a theater in bum F, Illinois, and it's supposed to be for some cause, and I realize it's just 5 frat boys. Like, "Hey, we got Artie here." You know,
No,
Baconator.
Yeah, exactly.
I just try to pick and choose, different. I'm not directly involved with a charity. I want to do a nonprofit, but
Right.
I just try to stay connected. I have friends that have their own nonprofits, and I stay connected. A lot of my friends are teachers. My wife is a school teacher, so I'm always around students and children and stuff like that. So just my presence alone, like even at my wife's school, it's funny. They don't call me Mr. Wright. They call me Mrs. Wright's husband. I don't have a name. You know what I mean? So
Nobody mouths off at your wife.
Nah, yeah, listen, these broads will take over if you let them. You gotta
she go, honey, can you come read to my kids? And she go, this is the one right here that's giving me the trouble. I was like, come here.
Well, no, I dated a girl for a long time. She taught in Patterson. She was a school teacher in Patterson, and she would come home crying about some students would come to her class without shoes, like they'd have no shoes. So I'd go there and I'd meet the kids, and before you know it, I'm at Foot Locker buying 50 pairs of shoes, and I would go in there, and so, so a lot of the kids were nice kids, but some of them were little jerk offs. Yeah, and I was mad. I was like, you know what, this kid should be in bare feet.
I spoke at a high school, alternative high school.
What does that mean, alternative high school?
Half a gay.
It means you don't want to go to...
Half vegan.
Half vegan.
Yeah, meatless.
Meatless.
I went to the school, right? And they had me in the classroom speaking to like 15 kids.
Yeah.
And the one kid they had me speaking to, he was the I guess the smartest kid in the school. You're the smartest kid at the worst school.
What does that mean?
You're the best at the worst school.
Right.
And he's talking to me about marijuana.
Yeah.
Like he actually wanted me to confirm that it's cool to smoke. I said it's not cool to smoke weed.
Not.
Go light up a blunt in front of the precinct and see what happens.
You know what you should say to him? It's like you're like the fastest kid at the Special Olympics.
Yeah. The fastest.
I used to do a bit of my stand-up act about, how everything's got to be a competition, even the Special Olympics. I mean, who thought up racing retarded kids? It's like most. And I said, what about the kid who comes in last? Imagine the kid who comes in last at the Special Olympics. That kid's retarded. Plus, he's the slowest retarded.